Hi everyone, good Saturday morning to you. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke with today's edition of the Hokey video blog. Well, some of you folks got a lot of snow yesterday, and totaled 5-6 inches in some places, and yeah, we've heard about it on Facebook and Twitter. Yes, that was more than what was forecast. The placement was right, but the forecast didn't pan out in some areas because really, we got a really heavy, defined, small band of snow that's set up. So basically, from E-Town over to Bardstown, even into portions of Spencer County, Eastern Shelby County got in on this. Here in the metro, we got about an inch of snow, which broke our snow drought that we've had so far this winter. Remember, the snow we had in November doesn't count because it wasn't inside the winter season. But now we look forward. What's going to be happening as we go throughout the next week? In fact, when is the snow going to go away this morning? We'll be talking about that coming up over the next couple of minutes. SkyTrack camera from Bardstown shows us a picturesque-looking sunrise. Snow on the ground in Bardstown, quite a bit of it too. Look at the streets, though. They're shiny, and that has me concerned. These are probably treated, which is a good thing, but even so, temperatures down toward E-Town, Bardstown, they're drifting into the upper teens. Now, it's only a couple times a year that we have to talk about this, but I think this morning is when we have to whip this out. When you get temperatures down below, say, 19 degrees or so, road salt is fairly ineffective. So hopefully we'll only spend about an hour or so below this temperature threshold and we'll be just fine. But if you're out and about this morning, use extreme caution, especially on those areas, those parking lots that have not been treated quite yet and that are still snow-covered and slick. And watch out for black ice. I think that's going to be the big problem that we have this morning because people won't be able to see it. And those wet roads will have refrozen. Traveler's advisory this morning until 10 o'clock. Slick roads are possible in the area you see shaded in yellow. All counties except Carroll involved with this. And this is just due to what we already have on the ground. No more snow coming in our forecast for at least today. Here's how it rounds out for the morning. We'll see some warmer weather after that 10 o'clock expiration date of the Traveler's Advisory. Still some snowy, slick roads, mainly south of Louisville. Could even see some patchy fog. You saw that sunrise there earlier. The clouds are clearing out, so that may lead to a little bit of radiational cooling, or a lot of it, as we're seeing now down toward E-Town where they've got 19 degrees. But certainly this morning we'll watch out for that as well. Let's talk about the fun part of this snow, though, shall we? 5 inches of snow in Bardstown from Debbie Snellen. Woo! That's a whole heck of a lot of snow for a overachieving winter. Well, now it's a winter storm. Anything above 4 inches is a winter storm, and she certainly proved that we had a winter storm in some places. Boston, Kentucky, down there in Nelson County, Kimberly Low, showing us that the trees there were covered in snow. When you get snow that occurs with temperatures near freezing like last night, it's a very sticky snow. It's good for building snowmen, very compacting snow, a lot of water content in it. And that's what you see there, sticking to the power lines and to some of the trees as well. Family of Snow People being produced by Laura Binkley's family down there in Bardstown. They received 5-6 inches of snow, more than enough to build a lot of snowmen out there. In fact, we got one from E-Town, from Summer Gardner. This thing is 6 feet tall. That's as tall as I am, folks. That's a whole heck of a lot of snow to build one big snowman. Hats off to you folks for getting out and about and taking advantage of some of the snowfall we had. Snowfall last night totaled to an inch here in the city, 5 in Vine Grove, 6 inches in E-Town, 5 inches down in Bardstown. Bonneville even picked up 3.6 inches of snow. Plenty more reports, but these are some of the biggest ones, of course, that I saw out there from the various sources we pull from. This morning, you'll see that the snow is well off to the east, faded off the Louisville radar there in Fort Knox this morning, but we do have a few of the clouds still rotating through, I'd say about 2/3 of our counties, but they are clearing out as we speak. You'll see off to the west, that's where we do have some clearing skies in the infrared satellite view. Off to the east, that's where you find still some of the snow, and it's in East Tennessee, up toward the mountains of Appalachia, even into West Virginia at this point as well, kind of blossoming into a bigger system that you see off the east coast there. Otherwise, for us, it's going to be a snow-free day as we go throughout your afternoon across Kentuckiana. In fact, temperatures, they get up to around 45, maybe up to 47 for a high here in the city this afternoon. You folks down, I'd say Litchfield, Lebanon, or I should say E-Town, Lebanon, maybe up toward portions of Shelby County as well. You guys might have a harder time reaching some of these temperatures right here because the snowpack is pretty deep. So maybe some upper 30s, maybe up to 40 for a high today. But I think it'll still be enough to melt the snow, especially with the sunshine. Tonight, we're down to an overnight low in the mid-30s here in the city. You folks to the south, I think you'll have most of your snow gone, but you may go below freezing if some of it is left over. That's something we're watching for tonight. Seymour, same story for you guys. Even though you have no snow, you may go below freezing. The rest of us, though, in the mid-30s. Clouds begin filtering in by tomorrow morning. We'll be watching the radar off to the west. That's where some rain showers will be moving in. And this will be interesting because this system, at this point, has shifted south a little bit. Yeah, big surprise after last night. The forecast changing? Ugh. Alright, well here's how it works out on your Sunday. A few rain showers possibly during, I'd say, the early afternoon, maybe starting the late morning. And then we get rain showers throughout the evening as well. It's during the late night when this changes over to a brief, and I'm talking brief, round of snow. This is not anything like the system we went through last night. That was a southern stream system. It was packed with moisture, and it just had the exact amount of cold air to work with to get snow falling. In fact, it snowed so hard, or it rained so hard, really, that it brought colder air down to the ground and allowed it to snow. That's called dynamic cooling. That is a real tough forecast this time of year. Very, very difficult, all right? This system that we see for your Sunday and your Monday is a clipper. Not as much moisture to deal with. Temperature profile is still a little bit in question here, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal as we go throughout your Sunday night. Now, your Monday morning, some slick spots will be possible thanks to not only the snow showers, but more so, we're going to have some wet roads possibly, and temperatures dropping into the 20s. That's what I'm concerned about. Black ice then, as we go throughout your Monday morning. Something to watch. Here's how Futurecast goes through our week here as we go throughout the 26th, which is, of course, your Monday. We will be seeing some colder air moving in. That's, of course, with this clipper system, kind of a bubble of cold air moving in from Canada as we go throughout that time frame. As we go throughout the 27th, which is, of course, your Tuesday there at 6 o'clock, it gets shunted off more to the east, but we're still under that sort of cold regime, so I've got highs around 40 by then. We're up a little bit as we head throughout portions of, I'd say, Wednesday, 45 for high temperature. By Thursday, we're up to 49. Well, things get interesting, though, as we head toward next weekend, because a big shot of cold air comes in from Canada. That's some exceptionally cold air just above our heads there that you're seeing. In fact, this is the 0 degree line at 5,000 feet, 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Yikes, that's going to be all the way down to the river, according to the Euro model. GFS, yeah, it looks like it too. But something we'll have to watch with this big bubble of cold air coming in is if we can get the northern and the southern streams to phase. Now, if we can get these two jets to phase and a low to ride along the southern edge of this, yeah, we might have a snow chance to deal with. We'll see. As we go throughout your Monday, though, of course, no precipitation on the docket for, that's appreciable by that time. We'll still have a few of those snow showers possible in the area, but as we head throughout your Wednesday, probably a mostly sunny sky. But Saturday into Sunday, well, that's when we start to look for precipitation in the area. Now, this is the Euro model. It's got kind of this clipper-like feature, the northern stream domination here going through as we go throughout that time frame. Maybe a few snow showers as we go throughout your Sunday around here with that feature. The GFS, it's out in left field right now. You see this disturbance down here? Well, it links the northern and the southern streams, and when it does so, produces a low that goes pretty much just due south. And that's a favorable track for some wintry madness around here. We'll have to see how that works out. At this point, the Canadian and the Euro are pretty staunch about keeping this northern stream feature more dominant, which I would think with the exceptionally cold air moving in would be the greater possibility. But we are going to have to watch for some linkage here as we go through time. It might be a factor, in our forecast as we go throughout next weekend into the first part of your February, just after, of course, we're talking about Super Bowl Sunday. Here's the 7-day breakdown for you. You got snow showers in the loop here for Monday, maybe a few Tuesday morning, but I think that really tapers off by Wednesday. Rain to light snow by Thursday, and you'll see, of course, the rain chance to snow chance that we talked about extensively for Sunday. Temperatures, well, yeah, they're up and down. 36 by Monday, 45 Wednesday, maybe touching 50 by Thursday. We're back into the 30s next weekend, and beyond that, we could get even colder than that. We could be talking some maybe teens and 20s for highs around here. The cold weather, yeah, it's coming back. Winter's here, folks. get used to it. For now, meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Tune in for Andy Weingarten tonight. I'll be back with you at 5 a.m. on Sunrise for Sunday.